Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back. Coach Tally Adams, football guru. And welcome back to Football Guru Counterpunch. Bang! Here we go again with another episode. Well, today is draft day. So the draft will be going on for about 3 days, starting today, ending on the 26th. Everybody's very excited. Draft is almost here. Less than about 30 minutes before the draft kicks off. I am here to say to you guys today, if you were the general manager today, what is the most important position in the NFL? Like, what's the most important position in the NFL? And I know a lot of people say, a lot of people say quarterback. A lot of people will say center. My best important position in the NFL will be the kickers. I think the kicker is the number one position in the NFL. I'm the football guru. It's my opinion. And I believe that because the football game is changed by the kickers. The kickers changed the game. They can play multiple positions and they can play for a long time. Majority of the great kickers take their teams to Super Bowls. People like Justin Tucker, people like Harrison Buckner. The guys has just been to several Super Bowls and they continue to go to Super Bowls. We'll talk about some of the other kickers that have taken their guys to Super Bowls in a minute. But, recent guys that's, great kickers, take their guys to, Super Bowls. Justin Tucker hasn't been yet, but Harrison Buckner, he has. He has. And, every year Baltimore is knocking at that door, and Justin Tucker is, the starting kicker on that team. He was an undrafted free agent in 2012. I definitely, I bet you if a lot of people would trade a lot of their picks right now to have him, well, what if they would have picked him? What if they did their homework? What if other people, would have did their homework and they would have chosen him? He would have played for them. And maybe they would have, made runs to the playoffs and have great records in the NFL, instead of being in the top 10 of the draft every year because they're having losing seasons. So if I was a general manager, which I believe I'll be a really great general manager and I believe I'll be a great head football coach in the NFL, because I would make great decisions, I would take a kicker. I would take a great kicker. I'll find a kicker, maybe that played in bad weather. All weather is not great weather, but I would definitely, do my homework and find out, what kicker can kick in bad weather. What kicker can handle pressure. Pressure situations. What kicker has been in pressure situations? You got to do some digging because there's a lot of kickers out here. And there's a lot of small schools that got great kickers that get overlooked. There's a lot of big schools that have great kickers that get overlooked. But I measure a kicker by his heart, the key, handling pressure situations. Can he make the game-winning kick so the game don't have to go to overtime? Can he make the game-winning kick in overtime? Can he make the game-winning kick, with the wind gushing at 30 to 40 miles an hour, going east and west? You know how to golf club it and make that ball curve back and to make the field goal. I'm a special team coordinator as well. I'm a football guru, man. I can do defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. I brag on myself because I can do it. But special teams is something that I really love. And I know for a fact that, in my opinion, that the kicker is a big, big, big part of the game. And without him, you lose ball games. This guy can change the field from, being on your side of the 20 and kicking it and punting it and the ball going on the other side of the 20. Making a team have to go 80 yards instead of a team have to go 40 yards off of a bad kick. Pressure situations when somebody's trying to come block the kick. A lot of kickers can't handle that. I'm giving you some nuggets right here, but I'm the guru. I'm gonna be giving out a lot of nuggets. You just catch them and use them. But I'm just letting you guys know that I believe that the kicker is the big part of the game. Justin Tucker is, hit a 66-yarder. The game is changing. I mean, a 66-yarder is unbelievable. That's like being on the other side of the field. The end zone is 10. And the 50 to the end zone to the goal line is 50. So that's 60 right there. So he's 6 minus yards on the opposite side of the field, and he's kicking a 66-yard field goal. So it's some kickers out here that are really really kicking the skin off that ball. But you got to find them, and I believe that they're just more important as a QB. I believe that they're just more important as a center, or whoever you may feel is the best, the most important person on the team, to draft. But definitely on my board would be one of the best kickers. I would definitely do that. A lot of people try to wait to last and try to see if they can pick somebody up in free agency. But how many times the game comes down on the line and you lose the game because you missed a kick? How many times? It's a lot. It happens every week. It happens every week in the NFL. It happens every week in college football. It happens every week in high school football, JV and varsity. And then, of course, it happens in the Little League as well. If you got you a good kicker, it changes the football game. Placement of the ball. If you're punting the ball in a certain area, if you don't want the guy to get the ball, put it out of bounds. It's just changing the game, man. Just changing the field. And there's a lot of high school teams that win state championships that, a lot of coaches are looking at man, he has this quarterback and he has this receiver, but they're not looking at the times when the ball is stopped and this kicker kicks the ball on and changes the field of play. And not looking at this kid stopping and getting stopped at the 40-yard line and the field goal team is coming out and they're getting points on the board instead of you going for it on 4th and 8 and not getting it. Or you punting the ball, or this, the majority of the times just trying to go for it, because you don't have that weapon on the sideline. So I'm here to let you guys know that, the Football Guru, it believes that the kicker is the best, the most important person on the football team. I know the quarterback has the ball all the time. It's great. But when the quarterback can't get the ball to the end zone, who is he looking for? The kicker. He's looking for the kicker to do great things. He's looking for the kicker to change the game by to kick the ball on the other side to make it hard for the offense to drive. He's looking for that kicker. If he's on the plus side of the field, he's looking for that kicker to, make that field goal, at least get some points out of this because he couldn't get the job done. How many times will the coaches, wait till it's 2 seconds left on the clock or 3 seconds left on the clock, they call a timeout to send the field goal kicker in to kick a field goal when they had an opportunity to really score a touchdown. It happens every week. It happens every week. And I'm real passionate about this because I know it's the truth. It's a fact. And a lot of people are not going to agree with me, and that's okay. But I always want you to, give me your opinion on the comments. I want to hear what you got to say. You what you got to say about the kickers. But if it was me as a general manager, I would definitely dig deep and I would find me a kicker and I would draft him. I'd be the first round. I'll find the best kicker and I'd draft him in the first round and make everybody pay. Your kickers last for a long time. They play for a long time. I mean, right now, it's 2025. And Justin Tucker he's in like, 13th year, 14th year, 13th year. So, I mean, that just let you know, how many guys that last that long, how many quarterbacks last that long. How many centers last that long? How many guys last that long? They don't get hit. They kick on their own. They get practice, they get coaching. But what I'm saying is they don't get hit. They don't get touched. The percentage is very small when they have to make tackles. But a lot of these kickers, they can do it all. They can punt. They can do kickoffs and they can kick field goals. They choose when they get to the NFL sometimes to say, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna concentrate on this area. But these kickers can do it all. And they get tested to do it all. Trust me. But this is the my opinion, and I just believe that is true. I mean, Adam Vinatieri. I mean, this guy, that name probably just rung a bell to you. He played with New England Patriots. Man who won 3 Super Bowls. He's been there, and I think 5 Super Bowls. So, I mean, the guy has been there, man. He's been there several times. Then he played a long time, He played a long time in the NFL. A long time in the NFL. I already said Justin Tucker. He's arguably probably the second best, kicker to ever play the game behind, Adam Vinatieri. Morton Anderson played for Atlanta Falcons. He played for 21, about 20 seasons. Even maybe even longer than that. I think he played for 25 seasons. All right, I think he played for like 25 seasons. I mean that's a long time for a kicker to be playing. That's a long time, and he was really good. So just think about it. These guys last a long time. I think they're the most important player. You pick that person in the first round and you hit. You know, every pick is a gamble. All these picks that people pick, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, quarterbacks, they're not all peaches and cream. They don't hit all the time. It's a lottery. You don't hit all the time. You know? But I believe that people should take chances with these kickers as well, because if you hit right, you got yourself for about 20 years. You know how many quarterbacks are going to last that long? How many offensive linemen are going to last that long? How many D tackles going to last that long? How many linebackers going to last that long? How many receivers are going to last that long? It's just the nature of the beast. It's just the way it goes. You know, people been kicking back since 1950. You know, and been lasting and playing for a long time. You know, so we have major big time kickers. You know, we had Louis Graza. You know, Louis Graza played for the Cleveland Browns back in the 1950s. The guy played for 21 seasons. He also played offensive tackle as well, but you know he was a kicker, and he played forever. You know, played for a long time. 21 seasons is a lot of years. That's a lot of years to be playing. These guys are important. Their longevity is big. I mean, you win, and you land one. It's just like taking a wide receiver. You don't know if you're gonna hit. You don't know. You're just taking an opportunity and that chance. I believe it should be a kicker going first round today. I haven't seen one on the board. I just believe that people are gambling and they're just trying to get these guys later in the rounds. But somebody's going to change the game one day. Maybe somebody's going to hit it, watch this film that I'm creating today. Somebody's going to hit, and somebody's going to pick a kicker in the first round instead of a quarterback one year. And it's going to change the game. And people are going to remember that the football guru told you that the kicker is the most important player in football on any level. On any level. So I'm here to let you guys know. Football Guru, man, you guys keep coming. You guys keep checking me out. And I'm going to keep giving you this great information. I'm going to keep giving it to you. I want to hear what you guys got to say at the bottom. Man, guys, let me know. I definitely want to hear what you got to say. But the kicker changed games, man. They changed games. They put people on the edge of their seat. And, you know, if you miss it, you hate him. If you hit it, you love him. But Justin Tucker, 89.1%. Field goal kicker. Come on, man. Undrafted. You got to do the right thing. You got to dig, and you got to go out making these kickers more important than what they're making them. Because I think outside the box, and that's why I'm a winner. I don't do everything that everybody else does. It's a copycat league, but somebody got to take leadership and say, hey, you know what? These kickers, great kickers, help go to the Super Bowl. Great kickers put you in championship games. So I think it's time for people to start making those moves and start going to get them a real deal kicker. Do your homework, general managers. Do your homework, head coaches, and make this thing happen. All right, man. I love y'all. God bless you. And continue to come back and see me. Continue to come back and check me out. Coach Tally Adams, Football Guru. Football Guru Counterpunch. Bang.